Beautiful. What a heartfelt video, really. And welcome every day to everyone to today's final conversation as we explore humanity's boldest frontier. For over 2 decades, Richard Branson has pursued what many called impossible, making space tourism a reality. So through step backs and escapes, and he's continued to believe that ordinary people should experience the extraordinary. Today, as Virgin Galactic flies paying passengers beyond Earth's atmosphere, we discuss what this means for tourism, for the future, and even humanity. Sir Richard, do you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Welcome. We are so happy to have you here with us today, TOURISE. We wished you were here in person, but this will do for now. So let's begin, because we're so excited to have this conversation with you. Tell me what key principles have guided your decision-making across Virgin's diverse portfolio.
It's a good question, and a lot of it was instinctive. A lot of it was out of frustration, like being bumped off an airline and deciding, I can do it better than that, and starting an airline, or so a lot of our new businesses, we just almost all of them we start from scratch because we think we can shake up the status quo. We surround ourselves with great people. We try to make sure they're fun. We try to make sure they're purpose-driven, and that they're going to have an impact. And we always try to make sure that any new business will make things better for people. And if you don't create a new business that's going to make people's lives better, it's unlikely to succeed. So that's very important.
That couldn't be more true. It's all about making people's lives better and creating that impact you just mentioned. Well, you spent 2 decades and billions of dollars making space tourism real. So tell me, what truth about sustaining that dream would really surprise your supporters, and what do even your supporters do not understand about it?
It's my belief that what people want to be able to do is to go to space themselves, to become astronauts, to look back at this incredible Earth that we live on and be able to marvel at it. And so what we're doing through Virgin Galactic is creating a space line that hopefully can fly every 2 or 3 days. That can enable, maybe 800 people a year to go to space, which is more than have been to space in the history of space travel, and that's what we're working on. I had the most extraordinary experience in space, and I want to share that with as many people as possible in the years to come.
And speaking of that, Richard, we have a video. I don't want to spoil it for everyone, so why don't we go ahead and play that video of Richard, and then we'll continue our conversation.
Okay.
Release. Fire.
My father used to tell me that there are more stars in the sky than there are grains of sand on the earth. Yeah, only a handful of people in the world have been to space, and we will change that. Space should be for everyone. We will change the world for good through access to space. We want to make room for the next generation by building a space line for Earth. This is just the beginning of Virgin Galactic, in the same way that the Wright brothers was the beginning for airline travel. And we're proud through Virgin Galactic to be a vanguard of the new space age. In the same way that my generation had wonderful explorers that we looked up to, we want to create the heroes of the future. When most people think of space travel, they look backwards. I want people to be inspired by the space missions of today and the space missions of tomorrow.
3, 2, 1, release, release, release.
This is a moment for all of us.
Fire, fire. 10, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15.9 trips in. Max speed is 325. Mach 2.5. Mach 3. Good shutdown. Welcome to space.
This is the culmination of the curiosity and dreams of the human race.
Wow. Amazing. Well, Richard, we always hear when it comes to, travel or any journey in life that it's always about the journey, not about the destination. But is it the same when it comes to space travel or space tourism?
I think so. I think that the destination is not likely to happen in our lifetimes or even our kids' lifetimes. So, I mean, being able to send people to the moon or send people to Mars is not really that realistic. And so the journey itself, I think, is what people are looking for, and that's what we, that's why we built the space line that we built.
Fair enough, fair enough. I completely agree with that. So tourism, Richard, evolved from elite grand tours to mass access, each leap expanding human imagination. Is space tourism inspiring dreams of raising questions about accessibility?
Well, obviously, we're hoping to overcome the accessibility problem by, in the last 2 years, we've basically set about building a number of spaceships so that instead of every time one of our spaceship goes to space, we have to wait 2 months before, to check it before the next space flight. We're building them more like airplanes so that we can actually turn them around in 24 hours, 48 hours, and get them up to space again. So I think that's going to make it far more accessible to far more people. At the moment, we have the only spaceport we have is in New Mexico in America. We are looking at building another spaceport, somewhere else in the world. And then if that goes as well as we expect, then we might build a third. So anyway, we'll try to get a spaceport a little bit nearer you for the future.
That's exciting to have a third location. Well, every breakthrough in travel, whether it be railways, aviation, cruising, created unexpected winners and unexpected losers as well. Who wins and who loses as space tourism scales? And are we prepared for those kind of consequences, Richard?
So the businesses you mentioned, we've been in them all, and Virgin Voyages, our cruise company, we launched quite recently. We've just had our fourth cruise ship, and I think we've made it a fun, very different kind of cruise line. It's very, very Virgin. I mean, it's adults only, and people have a blast who go on it. We did the same for trains with the West Coast Main Line. We managed to take 8 million people up to 42 million people, and we've now just won the license to compete with Eurostar through the tunnel into Europe. And so I think we've had obviously with Virgin Atlantic now flying to Saudi Arabia, and that's now celebrating its 40th anniversary. So we've had a lot of experience in taking people on the journey, and our experience of taking people into space is young. I obviously had to experience it myself first, and It was something I dreamt of doing since I was watched the moon landing as a teenager, and it was, I've had some incredible days in my life. My wife may not agree because we had 2 wonderful children, but it was definitely the best, most extraordinary day of my life, and I think we can make it the most extraordinary day of other people's lives too. And,
Amazing. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And I really hate to wrap this conversation. I wish I had more time with you, but let me end with this question. What messages would you like to leave with the audience here at TOURISE 2025 conference, Richard?
Well, just to say, have a great. Well, I think it's the end of the day, but where you are, the beginning of the day where we are. But it sounds like you've already had a great day. Hopefully, bump into some of you personally, maybe at the Virgin Galactic Spaceport in New Mexico, or if we build another spaceport, maybe we can all gather there. But we'll see how it goes.
We look forward to that. Hopefully, we do run into you, Richard, and hopefully we get to host you here in Saudi Arabia, perhaps for TOURISE 2026. You never know.
I very much look forward to it. Anyway, nice to see you.
There you have it, Sir Richard Branson, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Thank you.